The train is back! Yes. That's right, it is April 11th, 2011. And you are listening to the Nintendo Download Express. This is where you go if you want to know about downloadable games for Nintendo's platforms. Every week they release more, and we are here to faithfully describe these games to you. Just a quick program note. Want to say thanks to Ryan D, who filled in as guest host last week, which was great. I want to thank him a lot for that. I have not heard the show, but the response has been favorable. So maybe if circumstances lead to me having to leave town again for kind of a brief mission, a little little hand cart action, take the train somewhere else here real quick, private sneaky style, then maybe we can get Mr. D back in here. That'd be pretty fine by me as far as I can tell. So so I went on a bit of a adventure. Last week went to Florida. It's a state. It's a southern eastern state in the United States. And I went to go see some upcoming video games from a publisher, and it's interesting. I thought that they were going to maybe have some downloadable games for Nintendo platforms, and that's legal. I think I'm still not allowed to talk about what was there, but I think I can say what wasn't there, and there was nothing that was downloadable on a Nintendo platform. That's for sure. And this company has done downloadable games on Nintendo platforms in the past. They do have a DSiWare release out there. And yeah, nothing. As people looked at me like I had a sickness in my head when I even brought up Nintendo platforms. I think it just goes to show what we're fighting against here, people. What's and why we had to unite under the banner of the train in the first place. Because there is a lot of rage out there, and I'm not talking about the publisher in question. Like I said, that they have released products on Nintendo digital platforms before, and once you're in, you're in for life. Once you're a jet all the way. From your first DSiWare game to your last dying day. I think that's how that goes, right? I'm talking about some of the other folks that were out there. Had some meals, had dinner with some people, and said like, hey man, what's the latest DSiWare games you're playing? And they all looked at me like I was from space, and I am not from space. My name is Jeff Gerstmann, and I am from Earth. And that's just truth. I got a beverage here that I'm sipping out of. But enough about that. It's the interesting thing was that there was plenty of StreetPass action there for the Nintendo 3DS. This is one of the features that takes place when you have the system closed and kind of walk near people or walk past people. And you exchange Mii data as well as puzzle pieces, and you can unlock hats. And then some of the games have support for StreetPass as well. Ridge Racer 3D, which is these games come in cartridge. Remember, the eShop's not available yet, so these are all cartridge-based games. Ridge Racer 3D. Saw a couple of Asphalt 3D players. A couple of Nintendogs players. And a lot of Super Street Fighter 4 3D edition players. which was nice because I had built my team of figures and I was able to fight other teams of figures and you know, win a bunch of coins that I could then go and customize my team even further and buy more figures. And now I got like 500 figures, which is the most figures you can have. And now I'm out of room for figures, so I have to go delete figures so I can buy more figures. And I completed like 3 of the puzzles over the course of this, because it's the thing they don't tell you is that you can only street pass with 10 people at a time. So, or at least, I guess actually it depends on the application in question. The standard me-based StreetPass stuff, the Me Plaza stuff, as soon as you have collected 10 people, you need to open up the system and deal with those 10 people. Process them through your Plaza gate, get any puzzle pieces, and make them go fight ghosts before you can then close the system and rack up another 10. So there were more than 10 people that had 3DSs at this thing, and we were just, you know, passing each other, passing people back and forth, 5, just sometimes 2 or 3 times a day with some people. It was back in Alien, I believe is the word for that. That's how you pronounce that. All right, that's accurate. Anyway, yes, there was an orgy of street passing happening in Miami, and that was interesting to see how that stuff all works. And now I expect I will probably never find anyone ever again that has a 3DS on them, because now everyone has seen it, and now they're going to stop bringing their 3DS to events probably because they've, you know, done it. So that's kind of where I'm at. I already know how all that stuff works. I already got 500 figures in Street Fighter, and well, I don't have every single hat in the Me Plaza, but that's okay. I think I'll be all right. But still, it was interesting to watch that stuff unfold once, and I recommend it. If you bought a 3DS, it'd be nice if, to find yourself in an area where there are a whole bunch of people doing that stuff, because it's interesting to watch it unfold. Though, to be fair, not that interesting. But let's talk about things that are actually are interesting. How about that's a quality segue into the world of Nintendo DSiWare. Yeah, that's right. We've got 3 games this week, and this one is alarming. I don't know. This is okay. Art of Ink from Sabarasa. 1 player, rated E10 plus for animated blood and suggestive themes. This is 800 Nintendo DSi points. Submerge yourself in the colorful world of tattoo art. Working in one of the most prestigious studios in town, you can turn your stylus into a tattoo machine. I believe they call them guns. Tattoo gun, typically. Needle, even. And work with precision on your clients to give them a piece of your art. But be careful. It's not just the art you have to deal with. Satisfying your customer takes more than just skill with your inks. You must get to know the crazy cast of characters that comes to your shop and give each client the perfect design. Keep your clients happy and make a name for yourself to eventually open your own shop and customize it to your liking. Other tattoo artists will take note of your success and will challenge you to prove your skills. Defeating them will give you an insight into their techniques and help you become the next tattoo master. Inflict hepatitis on your foes. No, that's... That it doesn't say that. I think that's probably just implied, is that you give each other hepatitis. You have to basically give tattoos to the other tattoo designers and with dirty needles and make sure they get the bad stuff. You know, that sounds ridiculous, but that also sounds incredibly inventive. I can't say I have seen many games where the core mechanic is putting tattoos on people. Unless you count Tattoo Assassins, but that's a bad fighting game that was never released. But 800 points is kind of a lot. That's a little steep, I'll say, for some of the other stuff that's come out on DSiWare. But neat idea. I don't know. I would rather see this game be rated like T or maybe even M, because all my experience with tattoo parlors and tattoo artists is that they are pretty competitive. In my experience, a lot of tattoo artists talking a lot of mess about other tattoo artists. You know, finding ways to get other tattoo parlors shut down, like starting rumors that you can buy meth at one of them, you know, that sort of stuff. It's like, you know, bikers and your rock and roll types. You know what I mean? You know, those types. Still, that's a neat idea for a game. I will give Sabarasa credit for that. That's, I don't think I've ever seen that before. And we'll probably never see it again. Well, I don't know, maybe this will be the start of a huge tattoo genre. I wonder if you get to draw any lower back tattoos on drunk girls, or like dolphin tattoos on drunk girls' ankles. Though I guess legally you're not supposed to tattoo drunk people, but legally you're not supposed to do a lot of stuff, so whatever. Slingo Quest from Mumbo Jumbo. That's one player, E for everyone. Another 800 points for this one also. Slingo Quest combines two classics, slots and bingo, in the ultimate puzzle game. So this is Slingo. This is like Wink Martindale on the Game Show Network, or is it? Is this a Chuck Woolery joint? Slingo. I want to say it's a Wink. I want to say Wink is all up in this one, but that's just the game show version. I mean, Slingo's a thing separately from that, I think. Spin the traditional 5-reel slot machine, then match the numbers on your cards across, down, or diagonally, and hit a Slingo. Create as many Slingos as you can in 20 spins with the help of fun power-ups. Fun game modes include multi-card Slingo, 7x7 Slingo, and Pirate's Fortune Slingo. Collect cool power-ups including Slingo Vision, Devil Protection, and multipliers. Play through 50 fun levels of Slingo. They're really driving home that this is fun. Collecting Slingo stars and stamps for big bonuses. Are you ready for the next Slingo challenge? You know, Mumbo Jumbo, I don't think I am. Thanks for asking, though. Devil Protection. Because I think the implication there is that gambling leads to is devilish. Satan worshippers play slots and bingo at the same time. They want you to think like, oh, bingo's for grandmas, and so is slot machines. You combine the two, though. S-A-T-A-N. And Satan was his name, oh. You know what I mean? Think about it. Escape Trick! The Secret of Rock City Prison. From Intense Co. Ltd. All caps on that. Intense Co. It's an intense way to you know, all caps for your name is a pretty intense thing to do. So I give them credit for that. It is one player. It is E10 plus for mild language, mild violence, and tobacco reference. The Rock City Federal Prison is known as a giant coffin, locking up death row inmates and lifers with no parole. Roy is locked up in cell 218 on a 10-year term. He knows he was framed. A false accusation, mysterious cash left in the prison cell, a breakout plot by prisoners, a warden who was nice only to Roy, the mysterious death of the old man who died in a hole 6 months ago. Is this a conspiracy? Now, the unprecedented jailbreak begins. Escape Trick is a breakout adventure game in which players use the stylus to search, use, and combine various items in the cell and attempt to escape. Not only the items, but also the letters and symbols in the room can be significant hints for a breakout. In addition to the quest, unique characters get involved with Roy in the adventure part of the game. Roy's secrets and the mystery of the prison are revealed as players progress. That sounds very intense. I don't know why they call it, well, whatever. This sounds like an adventure game mixed with like a photo hunt kind of thing or something. maybe more adventure than photo hunt, but like point and click style. Yeah, combine items to, you know, solve puzzles. I like the name. Escape Trick, the secret of Rock City Prison. Rock City. It's like that Royce the 5'9" song. That's it for DSiWare. And, you know, WiiWare is slim, so let's just roll into it. WiiWare, Play with Birds from Games Farm. 1 player, E for everyone, Comic Mischief, 500 Wii points TM. I like the trademark, well, I guess it's on first reference. Nintendo DSi points gets a TM the first time. And so does Wii points. Anyway. Play with Birds is an original cartoon bird game for players of all ages. Fly through the city and play dozens of bird minigames, including Birdman, Catch Thief, and Bird Race. Catch Thief. Not Thief Catcher, not Catch a Thief, not To Catch a Thief, not Thief Patrol, not Police versus Thieves, not X versus Sever versus Thief versus Catch. You know, Birdman, that makes sense. Bird Race, duh. Catch Thief. Become famous and find a bird to build a nest with. Man, that is the American dream right there. One of these days. One of these days. Play with Birds is focused on the lifelong adventures of a small bird in a city, from hatching to finding a partner to building a nest and establishing a family. Man, they really know how to depress you. This stuff, don't they? Other game's a demo version. That's a free version of a game. You can't save in a demo version. In-save progress, in-game save progress doesn't go. But this is Fast Draw Showdown from Digital Leisure Incorporated. 1 to 2 players. T14, alcohol reference, and violence. It's 0 points. If you want the full version, it's 500 points. When it comes to Fast Draw, there are only 2 types of people: the quick and the dead. Now you have the chance to find out where you stand, or lie, as the case may be. Go up against the best quick draws in the business, including one of the world's fastest, Wes Flowers. Wes Flowers. Is that a real person? I don't even want to know. Unholster your Wii Remote controller and show him who's really the fastest draw in this live-action shooter. So that sounds like FMV to me. It sounds like we're playing Mad Dog McCree all over again. That's what Digital Leisure is known for. Full-motion video games of a middling quality. They'll put out Dragon's Lair on yet another platform. Don't test them. Don't try them, man. They will do you up, man. You get done up. You can even take on a friend in multiplayer modes and see which one of you has the quickest draw. Additional controllers are required for multiplayer modes and are sold separately. You'll need some serious speed and awesome accuracy to take on these gunslingers. That is it. That is it for WiiWare. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, you know, it's Art of Ink. It sounds interesting, but it's just a lackluster offering, you know. Sometimes I wonder if some of these people are right, you know. It's that they're saying that Nintendo doesn't care about this stuff, and that the games that come out on WiiWare and DSiWare are a sick joke. And I tell them, what are you talking about? It's like, this is the future of digital gaming. If we can't get behind this, then what are we doing? And, you know, a couple of them, you know, said that I should look at this Steam Steam service for Windows and Macintosh. There's a Macintosh version also. For an example of kind of how it's done better, which, you know, has kind of sent me back to the drawing board to kind of re-examine some of the things that have been available here. And I have it up and running right now, and they keep... Right now, I don't know, they have sales and stuff. Like right now it says, save on all Mafia games and DLC, 75% off. which it says here I can get Mafia 2 Digital Deluxe Edition for 1,000 Nintendo DSi points. Or just a Mafia 2 non-digital deluxe, I guess it's digital, non-deluxe edition for 750 Nintendo DSi points. And Mafia 1 for 249 Nintendo DSi points. What kind of number is that? 74 Wii points for Mafia 2 DLC Greaser Pack. I'm not sure what that is, but that's not a lot of points, so that sounds okay. And that's, you know, that's just like one thing here. Patrician 4 Rise of a Dynasty. That's out today. And this is just stuff just coming out all the time. Like two things came out today, and then some stuff came out on the 8th, and it looks, I don't know, it looks vibrant. Like it looks like it's happening right now. This game is called Dino D-Day. Dino Today. And listen, I don't know. This is a picture of a dinosaur with a goat in its mouth. And then there's a picture of two dinosaurs. And then here's a Nazi and a dinosaur. And then here's a soldier with a gun pointing it at a dinosaur. And then there's a dinosaur jumping. And there's a guy. And there are pictures of the games right here. This is a dinosaur with a tank turret on its back and a swastika. This is an evil dinosaur. I don't even know. If only there were a website on the internet that put up long-form video of video games. So we could see what this, because this is 1,999 Nintendo DSi points, which is a lot of points. I definitely want to see it first before making any kind of purchasing decision on that. Well, it says here that a friend of mine owns the game and has played 0.9 hours of it. Well, hopefully he played it into a video recording device. The year is 1942. Adolf Hitler has succeeded in resurrecting dinosaurs. Yeah. The reptilian horde has trampled Europe and the Mediterranean. Can nothing stop the Nazis' dinosaur army? Dino D-Day is a frantic, action-packed multiplayer game that transports you to a World War II that should have been. Wait. What? They're saying that Adolf Hitler should have resurrected dinosaurs, because the Allied side, this is a team-based shooter that should have been. They're saying, man, wouldn't it have been better if Adolf Hitler had dinosaurs on his side? Maybe he would have had a better chance then. Is that what they're saying? I'm starting to think the developers of this product are, I'm not just going to come out and say it, but you know. You and your friends can battle online, choosing to serve the cause of the Allied nations or the Nazis. The Allied side includes 6 playable characters, each with unique weapons and abilities to use in combat. Gun down a Dilophosaur. Dilophosaur with your trusty M1 Garand. Blast a kamikaze pterosaur out of the sky with your Thompson submachine gun. Or toss out a dead jackrabbit to lure a raptor into a trap. What? As an Axis player, you will have your choice of 3 human classes and 3 dinosaur classes. So it's not even like humans versus dinosaurs. It's just it's humans versus humans, but then the bad guys also have some dinosaurs. Ambush your enemy with speed and stealth as the raptor. Mercilessly pound the enemy with a heavy 20mm gun as the Desmatosuchus. Rampage through enemy groups as the Dilophosaur, or pick up a body and throw it at an enemy for a double kill. Or if you prefer a rifle in your hand, the German soldier classes are the perfect complement to their dinosaur comrades. You've played World War II games before, but have you played a World War II game with dinosaurs? That's a good question. As it turns out, I have. But, well, more on that later, I guess. Something here called Darkest Hour, a Hearts of Iron game. That's also a recent release. Armada 2526. That's an exciting name for a game. Guide 1 of 12 races on their first interstellar journey from a single planet until it becomes a mighty pan-galactic empire. I just know that somewhere in this description it's going to say 4X, isn't it? I just look at the picture of the map and go, yep. All kinds of X's. How many X's? 4. Damn. Explore, exterminate, X-rated, explode. That's what it stands for. Not a lot of people know that. Dungeon Siege and Dungeon Siege 2. I happen to know some things about personal computer games, and those are not recent releases, but they were recently added to this Steam to the Steam. So that's interesting that they're adding older products. It's like they're trying to build a real catalog or something. I don't know. And they got some games here that aren't out yet. Like, you can give them money for a game that's not even out. That doesn't make any sense at all. Why would I even do that? If it's something where you just click a button and get the game, there's no... Why would you do that? The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings Digital Premium Edition. I don't think I like the idea of Digital Premium Edition either. And they keep pushing this real heavy here, this Portal 2, which I guess is out next week. That says this game will unlock in approximately 1 week and 9 hours. 9 hours. I don't know. And they'll let me buy 2 of them if I want, to send one to a friend. I think they're overestimating my generosity. Buzz, winner of over 20 E3 awards. And they're selling t-shirts. How can I buy t-shirts from a computer? That doesn't make any sense at all. It's selling posters and t-shirts. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand how this works anymore. I feel like I've maybe gotten in over my head, and I'm gonna just get out of this Steam thing. That doesn't make any sense. Let's just get to your emails and call it a night, because this is just getting confusing here, and I'm honestly getting a little dizzy. ndx@bxr.me is the email address you can write to get in touch with us here on the train. And our first email comes from Chris in the UK. He says, I write to help solve the greatest question facing gaming today: the correct pronunciation of Genterprise. A search of the developer's website shows the phonetic pronunciation in Japan is Gentapuraizu. So it seems common sense to go with Genterprise as in gentle. However, I did not stop there. I contacted the good people at the company, asking them the origin of their name, guessing it was a combination of generation and enterprise. But no! Ironically, the company name is apparently just a contraction of game and enterprise, which, if there was any logic in the world, should be pronounced the other way. Anyway, I'm sure we can all sleep more soundly tonight. Wow, well, thank you, Chris, for putting in some actual legwork and doing some actual research. But at the same time, you presented both sides of the argument, so I feel like we're not any closer to figuring this out. The mystery lives on. And email number 2 comes in from Glenn, who is in Derbyshire. That's in England. I don't know where either of those things are. Dear Jeff, in the last NDX podcast, your guest host commented that only 2 emails had been received. I'm not sure that his intel can be trusted, as he was generally disparaging about. Well, I haven't heard that. That maybe you're reading into it. Inspired by your show note about Steam and helpful info on the Steam-powered PC game service, I've done my own research and so thought I would share it with you. Great to see people out there researching stuff. Now, it may sound disloyal to Nintendo's downloadable services, but heads up, Nintendo, Steam-powered appears a site of genuine quality. Whoever runs it appears well-organized. That's organized has a Z in it, sir. I don't know where you get off putting an S there. I don't know. Also well-funded going on the price of some of those titles. However, I did find one game for only it's like a L with a pound, like a L with a line through it. $2.99, less than 300. Okay, less than 300 points. Okay, that's all right. That's a number I can get behind. Called XCOM UFO Defense, and I don't know what. Again, defense has it's a lot of misspellings here. DEFENCE is not. That's not how you spell that, is it? While it looks like something from the early 90s, it is actually very absorbing to play in terms of strategic depth. It might even beat top-notch titles like Dart Rage and Simple Solitaire. And of course, it was made by the same team which wrote Laser Squad on the Commodore 64. Happy days. Here's hoping the upcoming XCOM game will do it justice, which it won't. Well, I think that's a bit of an assumption there. Is the upcoming XCOM game coming to... Is it a DSiWare release? Anyway. On a serious note, games at this keen price point and quality distributed via Steam may present serious opposition for Nintendo if Steam makes the move to smartphones. I think there's a link to some website saying... The URL says Steam possibly expanding to iOS and Android platforms. I don't know what that is. All right, well, that's XCOM. I mean, if it's in the same league as Dart Rage, then that might be worth checking out. But I guess I don't really know for sure. And I don't really have any way to find out, so unfortunately, I have to kind of let the mystery roll on. Yeah. And that's going to do it for us here at the Nintendo Download Express. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all your support last week when we were out. It sounds like you made it feel welcome for our guest host, and yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back next week with more, and also I'll be able to talk more about the stuff I saw when I was out last week, Tuesday morning on the internet. So go to internet.com, and you will find more information about video games. Is it internet? Is that out? Let me type that in here. I don't. Just gonna type internet into this bar and hit it. And that's it just says Comcast. That's boy, man, I'm really bummed out by what comes back on Google when you just search for internet. Wow, that's disgusting. That is it for us at the Nintendo Express. So the train is going to pull out of the station here, and we're gonna hop on and ride the rails. And I want to thank you for riding the rails with us. The rails will be heading your way again next week. Same rail time, same rail MP3 file.